Okay. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with that. Sephiroth. Sephiroth. Top weeb. Top weeb? Hello. Hello. Where are you, destination? It's been fired. Paul looks anointed. Anointed? Hello. Just I depart one live, I enter another. Whose live are you coming from? Maripidu. Ah. It is time once again for the Paultergeist. The Paultergeist. Yeah, Paul's Gospel from the Mount. That's some strong weed. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That is some strong weed. Lord have mercy. 1 week till I pay the Kirks. We'll see. We'll see who pays who. Oh, got sunflower seed fingers. Look. Cheeto fingers. Anybody like Spitz sunflower seeds? I do. I'm so god darn drunk. Well, you shouldn't drink. Unless you want to be drunk. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. I'm too lazy to tell them. Too lazy? Anyone else say hate Palestine? What? That's bye, guy. Bye, fellow. Hello, fat earther. How fat are you? Can you tell me? Give me a weight to height ratio. I'll figure out your fatness. Favorite Trek episode? I don't know, man. It's been a long time since I watched Star Trek. Like all the way through. So I couldn't tell you. I work with someone from Palestine. He's chill as fuck. Yeah, I found that people are pretty chill as fuck everywhere. Tends to be like the governments and the religious institutions of these countries that are not chill. Yep. As long as you message us with your updated info, you should get it at your new thing. Scotty's on top of that. So yeah, if you're moving, they have not been sent out yet, so you're good. $125 to 130 kg? Dude, that's like Greek to me, bro. That's like Greek to me right there, bro. What you just said. I don't know what those numbers mean. Okay? Speak English. Speak proper, use proper American numbers, dude. Yeah. Anybody translate that out of British royalist? I'm not going to do the math on that shit. 125 kg is 265. And then what's like 130 centimeters or whatever the fuck he is? Yeah, there's daylight, bro. It's fucking sunny California. Are you kidding me? It's going to be daylight for another hour, hour and a half before it gets dark out here. Are you kidding me? Don't you know where I am? After all this time, don't you know where I am? At the very least. Just struck 8 here in Cali. What the fuck is a kilometer, right? It's 10 p.m. in Jamaica. Oh, Rastafari, bless up to the Most High. Haile Selassie, man. It's time for us to commune with the Great One. Smoke some ganja. Ah, yeah, man. 6'2", 330 or something? 230? I ain't fat. Skinny in a motherfucker. Smoke the ganja, smash the boom boom. Feeling irate. You stoned by any chance? No. No, sir. I don't do that. I don't do that. Dude, don't do all the math for me. I know. Exactly, bro. I agree, metal mechanic. This is a Scarborough Fair cigarette. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. You ever go to the Scarborough Fair? It's where I met a true love of mine. Paul's a very sober man. Exactly. Sobriety is the most important thing to me in the world. I work very hard to maintain it. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Well, Peter, Paul, and Mary. Makes a good marina, but I wouldn't recommend smoking it. Well, you know, it's an acquired taste. It's a cultural tradition among my people. Free Palestine. Let's do it. Let's do it. Fuck it. Who's picking me up? Let's carpool over there and let's finish this. Let's save Palestine. Let's do it. I get fucking shotgun though. I get to ride shotgun because I need the leg room. I do still keep up with modern rap. Yes, I do. God, you got old. Man seems to age with passing years. Scientists baffled. What rappers will you recommend? Right now, I'm obsessed with Playboy Carti and Kodak Black. Those are the two that are getting the most spins right now. I like Lean for Real. I like Stop Breathing. I like ZZ. I like That was magical. Thanks. I like old Cardi. I like new Cardi. I'm off a bean for real. I'm off the lean for real. I'm off the bean for real. I'm off a lean for real. I'm off the bean for real. I like Young Thug, just not as much. I've been like deep diving Kodak Black recently, and Playboy Cardi. Good evening. You're always streaming. Yeah, kind of. Like any metal? Yeah. I like some metal. I don't think I'm as into metal as metalheads ever want me to be. I feel like I'm never quite into metal enough to satisfy a metalhead. But, you know, I do like some metal. Young Thug says he wore a dress to stash the Draco. I believe him. I'm not checking up under that dress. Draco. Yeah, it's don't worry about it, man. If you don't know what it means, it's probably a good thing. Because it means you're not about the streets. You're not for the streets, and that's a good thing. You don't need to be for the streets, okay? The only Draco you need to know is Malfoy, alright? Don't get into it, young brother. Don't join these streets. Okay? Don't make the mistakes I did, man. I got crazy out there in them streets, dude. I went buck wild. I've done things I will never forget. Okay? And there are stains that will never wash off of these hands. Okay? Now let me be real with you. Did I live a big life? Yeah. Did I pimp hoes from the East Coast to the West Coast? Yeah. Weeping willows from satin pillows, from everything from loose leaf to zigzag? Yes, sir. Did I keep a good stable? I sure enough did. Did I stack racks? Did I stack racks? Yes. Yes. Did I stack a rap sheet? Yeah. Yeah, I sure enough did. But I'll tell you guys one thing. I never once ran from nothing but the police, and that's the truth. Okay? Street knowledge. You are about to witness the strength of street knowledge. No, I never did any of that. I never grabbed the blicky. Okay? You ever have to go bag for bag with a sucker? Nah, man. Nah, man. I keep a bubble around me that is clearly a no flex zone. No flex zone. Where the black women at? They're probably all over my pad right now. Blue Lips was another legit project, and yeah, I keep it a bubble on me too. Yeah. I know you do. I mean, like, it's either that or be caught lacking, and we know what choice we have, right? No flex zone. No flex zone. They know better. That's actually true, Paul. Where are the black women at? Like, serious, I've never seen much racial diversity in TJ and your circle, at least from the outside looking in. I mean, I don't have a lot of friends, bro. Like TJ, Scotty, couple old friends from high school. My best friend for the longest time was a black dude. Not that that's like, something to brag about or whatever, but that friendship kind of ended when my relationship ended, when my marriage ended. Sides were chosen, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, dude. From like sophomore year through fucking 35, my best friend in the whole world was a black dude. But I don't know, man. Like, the area I grew up in, black people are not super common. Like, there's not a huge black population here. Now, if I go 140 miles north to the Bay, there's lots of black folk there. But yeah, no, I try, like, diversity is not something I go hunting in friends, but it's not something I avoid either, Yeah, a lot of my friend group from high school was Latino or Latina. I've lost touch with most everybody that I went to school with. I really don't talk to anybody anymore. Yeah, I don't have a huge, diverse, giant group of friends. Some of my cousins are Hispanic. Some of my little cousins, well, 3 of my little cousins I say little, but 2 of them are bigger than me, just younger than me. My little cousins are Hispanic. Nice booty is a nice booty. Yeah, that is true. I've found that to be true. You know what the rarest booty is? I'm going to be frank with you, because the rarest booty is a fat Asian booty, but I saw one time. I don't know if it was really, but here's what I think happened. Because the chick, she was clearly Asian, but I think she had a little bit of that Filipina. You know what I mean? She had a little bit of that Philippine spice, because the ass was fucking retarded. You know what I mean? But it's the only one I've ever seen like that. It's the only goddamn Blasian. Yeah, she might have been Blasian, yeah. Or Mexicasian. But I don't know what was going on, but the facial features were very, very Asian, but the booty was very, very not. I know that, like, Thailand and Philippines make some thickies. I do know that they do make them thick there. There's a lot of Asian folks in California, and I've seen a wide array. They do tend towards thickies there, but I'm telling you, like, a full goddamn type of ass, rare to see that on an Asian. My wife is Japanese and built like an ancient Venus figure. I mean, yeah. I mean, Asian women are beautiful, I'm just saying. All these race questions are so dumb. What do you mean? What's so dumb? You're fasting? A black and Puerto Rican girl, and she has a fat personality? I bet, dude. I think you mentioned dating. I didn't look enough when I spent a month in the Philippines. Yeah, I guess not. Everyone got booty now, and there's some real baddies out there. Yeah. Can I ask you guys a question? Something happened. Because in the 90s, right? I swear to God, there was no asses happening. There's no asses. You guys look, like I've told you this before, but you look at like the ideal female figure in the 90s, it was like Fiona Apple, bro. Like we liked them bony in the 90s. We liked them real bony and thin, like Kate Moss, Fiona Apple, right? And a big gat in the 90s was always appreciated amongst my friend group, but goddamn were they rare. I think women that had them hid them behind like baggy shit. But I feel like even with that, let's say all the women that were thickies were hiding it with baggy shit. All of a sudden, bang, boom, pow, there's a fat ass on every corner, right? Now I know some of that has to do with Lululemon. All right, I blame Lululemon for this, partially. Lululemon created some magic pants, the sisterhood of the magic pants, bro, that make every ass look fat. But I'm telling you guys, all of a sudden, like in 2000, I want to say it's like 2005, Miss New Booty showed up and she hasn't left yet. It was like, and she has not fucking moved back out. And I gotta be frank with you, I don't know where the skinny bitches went. You don't even see them no more. It's like they're ashamed to come out now. It's like they're like, I'm going to go to the mall. And then they show up and it's like, and they're like, ah. Like, can you fucking explain that to me? Can anybody explain that to me? Bro, I don't even know. Where are they at? You know, where did the skinny bitches go? And where did all these thickies, where were they hiding? They had to be growing up because I see them my age. You know? So that don't even make sense. It's not just the younger generation. Asses are fat all the way up. And I'm just thinking, like, what happened? Where did all this booty meat come from? You know? It's like all of the sudden, ladies started putting 2 scoops of booty meat in their fucking morning protein shake. And I don't even know what happened. Miss New Booty, get it together, bring it back to me. Hit the Players Club. Start popping it. Do you think it's like twerking? Does twerking build booty? And thick thighs? And thick hips? Ladies, please, I know there's a couple of you and you're just laughing at me like Sagittarius Goddess. I know you know the trick. But you're not revealing it. Do you think throwing it back builds booty? And then, like, I hate to say it, but like chicks are fucking practicing it from middle school up. And so by the time the booty is ripe, like, it's big? Is that what you're telling me? It's all in the food? You think it is? You think it's like Mickey D's booty? Because it doesn't look like all fat ass. That's my thing. It's like some of it is fat ass, but some of it's just like, you could bounce a quarter off of it. Tink. You know what I mean? I swear to God, I see one every day that I feel like I could just take a quarter, flip it up in the air, and the quarter would hit that booty and just go patoing, 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 patoing. I mean, it's stiff. Baby. Do you know where all the booty came from?
What do you mean?
Well, I was just talking about how, like, in the 90s, ass was rare. And we didn't like it big. We wanted it small and petite and skinny, Fiona Apple-ish. But I feel like all of a sudden, in like 2005, big birthing hips and big asses and thick thighs came into being all of a sudden. And I was saying, it's not just the younger generation. I see women my age all the time that are, you know, rocking the fucking big Valentine's heart in the back.
Well, there's a lot of dietary changes that have happened.
Is that true?
The 90s.
They're saying that.
Yeah.
What do you think if they've added that makes that ass so thunderous?
Well, I mean, just weight overall has increased. You need weight to get them curves.
Have you ever heard somebody clap one?
What do you mean?
Clap a big fat ass? Like, get the cheeks going the opposite direction and they clash in the middle and create a thunderous clap? What do you eat to make that happen? Because I want one of those.
I think just changes in nutrition have, you know, caused certain genes to express more. They got them hormones in the milks. Shit.
You think so? It's like milk hormones. Because I had a thing.
Girls, puberty is starting younger now.
True. So I brought up, you know how you see fucking like girls that should not be twerking at their age twerking now? So when they start in like middle school, by the time the booty ripe, it's big. Do you think that has something to do with it? Like, is twerking a good booty workout? Will it build booty meat over years?
I don't think it's necessarily like activity related. I think it's
You don't think so?
nutrition related.
So, because a lot of people were saying squats.
I mean, maybe there's different exercises that like PE classes have integrated, but I feel like that's not consistent enough to explain it by itself.
Yeah.
I think it's more nutrition than it is certain exercises.
I saw a booty one time, and the lady was clapping it. Right? This was way back in the earlier 2000s, like 2007. It's at a club. She was not a stripper. She was just there, and she was clapping it. She had a big ass. And I swear to God, it was loud enough that she could have operated the clapper. She could have turned the lights on with it. You know that old device? It was crazy. I could hear it over the music. I'll never forget. I don't know what the song is called, but it's that song that's like na 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 na. Clap, clap, slap, flap, flap.
Because the kind of asses that clap, that's not all muscle. You gotta have some.
That's fat.
In there.
Yeah, that's fat. There's a little bit of fucking cellulite on that. Yeah. I just feel like they appeared out of nowhere.
I don't know if they necessarily did.
Because I used to believe
differently to hide it because it was seen as more shameful.
That's what I was saying. I think that the only thing I can come up with is that in the 90s, all the big gats were hidden with baggy pants and flowy skirts and stuff. And the women that didn't have the big gats, they had the tight little gat. They would wear the tight pants and shit and show off the gat with the low-waisted jeans and have the whole nine, right?
And now you see the opposite. You see all the skinny girls wearing big wide pants.
Yeah, because they're trying to hide the booty, their lack of booty meat now. Because now, if you have no booty meat, you're like a piece of chicken nobody wants to eat. It's fucked up. And you know what's going to happen? Like 20 years from now, it's going to boomerang back, isn't it?
Maybe.
Or do you think fat asses are here to stay?
I mean, it depends. If it's the nutrition, we'd have to do some radical changes to undo that.
I mean, people were fat as fuck in the 90s, too.
But there was different kinds of stuff in the food. They have all these weird plastics now. We're eating like you
think microplastics are making the fat gat?
Maybe. There's theories that there's some hormone disruption with that. We're eating like 300 particles of plastic a day, and we're not even the worst of it.
I don't need no plastic.
all the microplastics, they're in the air, they're in the water, they're attached to the food.
Man, fuck this world. I'm sick of this world.
They're finding microplastics in semen now.
In semen? It's already back now. Skinny influences are kind of mainstream again. Don't tell me that, bro. I'm not ready for it to go yet, though. Bro. But it just, we just feel, I feel like we just reached critical ass mass. Tracy Bond is a thing now, okay? Critical ass mass just got reached. Gracie, Tracy, whoever.
Yeah. I wonder if she has lipolipidemia.
Whatever she's got, that's a giant ass.
Because there's like a certain condition where you pretty much only put weight on, like, in your lower body.
I've heard of that. There was a chick on My 600 Pound Life that was like that. She was kind of normal size from the top down to her waist, but then her hips were like 9 meters wide and she could barely move because her feet were that big.
So I wonder if she's going to have problems as she gets older. It might get worse.
Oh, I guarantee. Well, she's going to have back problems and all kinds of shit from that, for sure. But I think it's fake. I think it's a fake ad, but maybe you're right. Maybe it's like just she was born with like, maybe that really was ass critical mass.
Because that was like one of the controversial like sideshows back in the day. This like African woman that had a big butt.
Yeah.
I think that she had that condition too, where she had all her weight on
She
the
kept it
bottom.
on the bottom. Yeah.
They like made like a almost taxidermy thing of her after she died. It was fucked up.
I'm just not ready for the gats to shrivel up just yet. And what I just heard fucking put the fear of God in me. That like hyper thin influencers are back.
Well, I mean, the thinfluencers can only do so much if they can't get everyone else skinny.
All right, but who are we talking
I
about?
guess we're in the age of Ozempic though, so maybe.
That's what I'm talking about. They're trying to get women to put Ozempic and shoot it into that big fat ass and make it go away. And that's stupid. Don't do it. Okay, so whoever's telling me that there's thin influencers now, name me the top one, because I'm going to go look her up. I want to see what she looks like. Who is it? Thin influencers are not back. That's cap. Okay. Somebody was saying it earlier, dude. No, I know who Eugenia Cooney is. She's not an influencer.
She's been skinny for like fucking 10 years and count.
Somebody said Emma Chamberlain.
Emma Chamberlain?
I don't know who this is, so.
She's a YouTuber. Yeah, she's pretty thin.
And this is like people like is her shit filled with "you're so beautiful, oh my god, girl"?
Oh, I'd have to look her up on Instagram too. Huh?
I don't know. She's a skinny influencer. Yeah. Guys, we gotta bounce this back, man. We cannot let the ladies think we want small ass again, because we didn't want it.
I mean, she's an influencer, but she's not like. I guess, yeah, there's some fashion stuff, but there's also like just normal stuff too.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's.
You like
It's more like just
BBWs?
a fashion model.
I like all sizes of woman, but I like there to be variety amongst it. In the 90s, every woman looked like a coat hanger or wore baggy jeans and hid the gat. The girl that I chased all through high school, I couldn't tell you for absolutely certain, but I think she had a big, big old fucking dumper, right? She wore skater girl like baggy jeans and like big flowy skirts and stuff, and like when I took her to prom, her prom dress was like poofy at the waist. And so I'm pretty sure I never got a good look at it except one time in the moonlight inside of a tent, but I think it was huge, you know? And I think there was a part of me inside that was rebelling against the Fiona Apples of this world and letting them know that I appreciated the fullness as well. Emma Chamberlain is gross looking on God. I mean, let's not be mean.
She looks like a typical model body type, but she's not like skin and bones or nothing. She's got a model body.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't mean to be too picky about it. I'm just a little afraid that we're gonna boomerang back too quick.
I don't see jutting hip bones or fucking whatever, so she's got a typical model body. Well,
Dude, I think Beauregard needs to come back and do a song about how he don't want no Fiona Apples. Just call the song Fiona Apples. And just make it, because I think Beauregard likes big asses from what I hear. I feel like he could make a song about that, probably. If he had a producer. Beauregard will only spit on hot fire beats. That I know for sure. He doesn't spit on fucking free beats. Okay? So. Bum 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 bum. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and that round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up front cause you notice that butt was stuck deep in the jeans she's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh baby, I wanna get with ya and take your picture. My homeboys try to warn me, but that butt you got makes me so horny. Ooh, rumple smooth skin. You say you wanna get in my bins? Well, use me, you ain't that average groupie. I seen her dancing. To hell with romancing, she sweat, wet, got it going like a turbo vet. I'm tired of magazines saying flat butts are the thing. Take an average black man and ask him that. She got a pack much back. So fellas, what? Fellas, what? Did your girlfriend got the butt? Hell yeah, tell her to shake it. Shake it. Shake that healthy butt. Baby got back. Baby got back. Subscribed. I just had to fucking hit the I just had to hit the fucking Sir Mix-a-Lot to get a new sub. Cool. Well, welcome, buddy. Trying to keep the vibes nice. I like 'em real thick and juicy. And when I'm talking about juicy double, Mix-a-Lot's in trouble, begging for a piece of that bubble. I'm looking at rock videos. Lockheed bimbos looking like hoes. You can have them bimbos. I keep my women like Flojo. A word to my thick soul sisters, I want to get with ya. I won't cuss or hit ya, but I gotta be frank when I say I want till the break of dawn. Baby got it going on, that's why I wrote this song. Thick sister, can't resist her. Red beans and rice didn't miss her. Some knuckleheads tried to diss, because girls were on my list. He had game, but he chose to hit 'em. So I pull up quick to get with 'em. So ladies, if the butt is round and you want a triple X hold down, dial 1-900 Mix-a-Lot. Kick them nasty thoughts. Baby got back.
you think Post Malone's selling out a little bit?
Doing the country shit.
Raising canes that are like all plastered with his face on the outside.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I don't know. Whatever post he does is good.
Ridiculous.
Everybody remembers Baby got back, but nobody remembers Put Him on the Glass, man. He followed up with a titty anthem, but nobody remembers, you know? Don't. You never heard Put 'Em on the Glass? Put 'em on the glass, girl. Ooh, ooh. Put 'em on the glass. Okay, good, Xenodroid.
I don't know where you find the video though. I feel like
It's banned because it had titties in it. We used to order it all the time because they blurred the titties out with little boxes, like the nips, but you could just see fully. So we'd order it. Like when that was on the box for like a month or two before they pulled it, it was like the only thing you'd see. It was Put 'em on the Glass 24/7, 365. Oh, you didn't? Oh my God. How many times do you play this before you ban this? I heard Miss Rod can't stand this, but I got a fan list. Loving this scandalous rap. Guess who I got laying in the canvas? Dude, that's a dope song. He also has a song called Testarossa. It's actually real dope. Off that first album. I think the Put 'em on the Glass was a follow-up song. But you missed that one? Dude, that's a dope-ass song, dude. Put 'em on the glass, girl. Ooh, ooh. I'm your Testarossa. First gear. Watch me roll. Hit like beer. Rumble. Young man rumble. Motherfuckers just crumble. That's a good-ass song. CeeLo. Poor CeeLo. I don't think he ever got taller, and I'm pretty sure he never became a baller. Poor guy. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl that looked good, I would call her. I wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" Impala.
Shit.
What?
Mix-a-Lot still touring.
Of course he is. Still those big fat asses. Big old titties. Who doesn't? Manlit anthem. Yeah. Paul, if you had 1 month to gain as much weight as possible, how fat do you think it could get? Well, assuming I weigh around 320 right now, which I think is about right, maybe 330, somewhere in that zone. If I had to gain as much as possible in a month, I could probably get back up to 360 or 370.
You think you could do a whole pound's worth of extra calories a day?
Yeah. I think so. I think I could do it. I could just eat pizza. I just overeat, stuff myself, eat fucking ice cream all day.
Yeah, but you haven't had that big of an appetite lately. I don't think you could do it.
I'd have to force feed myself. Yeah, I'd have to force it.
I don't think you could even force it. I think you'd end up vegan or something.
I think you're probably right.
You'd have to do it in like shakes and stuff, I think.
Ugh. Maybe, yeah, just drink nothing but milkshakes all day.
Yeah.
With extra whey protein powder or whatever. Just pack on the fucking pounds as fast as possible. I don't know. Maybe not.
I think you could maybe do half that. Like you could put on 15 in a month, but I can't see you putting on 30 in a month. Because a whole pound is like 3,500 calories.
Yeah, but some people eat like fucking 40,000 calories a day. They're like 600 pounds. You got their stomachs are probably stretched out. How tall are you? And didn't you change your diet or something about not eating meat? Yeah. No, I've been losing weight. I started at 367 and I'm down below 330 now. I feel comfortable saying that. I don't know how far down below 330. I'll know when I go to the doctor. But yeah, I've been losing weight, dietary change, adding in a little exercise, etc. Oh shit, it's the meds peds.
But you didn't just replace meat, you also just ate less in general by kind of confronting why you were eating the way you were eating.
Yeah.
CPAP.
Yeah, that all helped too. It was all a big confluence of shit that I think just kind of like helped with my eating disorder quite a bit. At the very least, helped me find healthier ways to get energy other than just packing myself with cheap sugar and fat calories, which is what I was doing for most of my life, I think. Love to see all the growth you have gained since the DP days. Oh, you mean the personal growth? Yeah.
Because would you say that your highest recently was about what you were when you started at DP, or were you a little bit different when you started?
I was thinner when I started DP. I was on kind of like, I wasn't on a diet then, but I was very sick, like depressed sick.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't eating very well. You gonna stay out or you gonna stay in?
I want in.
Oh, you want in for a while? All right. Yeah, so I was very like depressed during that time, and so I wasn't eating very well. I wasn't eating great like when I did eat, but I was eating like maybe one meal a day. I was
You're also broke too.
Well, I wasn't broke. Well, I'm talking about before.
Oh, okay.
Before the divorce. After the divorce is when I started to put on weight.
Okay.
I lost weight for a while, and then I started to fucking stack it. And by the time I moved to Bellevue to be on the show full time, it's probably at like 370.
Okay.
It was huge. And TJ was at kind of his highest too, I remember at the time. And we did a weight loss contest, and I lost like 100 pounds. Got down to like 270. And TJ like gained weight, I think. I think he at the final weigh-in
Did
he
you try one of those weird weight loss pills that makes you just like
Yeah.
shit out the fat?
Yeah, he was doing some pill that's supposed to make you like not absorb fat, and it just gave him the shits, but he just got fatter. But I was going to the gym too much, honestly. Like I had to chill out for a while because I was hitting it every day for an hour on a not a treadmill, but an elliptical. Just running on it. So yeah. I don't know that I'm at that point yet, but I also have a different body now as well. Like I'm older, I'm way older now. 10 years is a long time, or close to 10 years. Love these streams, Paul. I like to listen while I run the leaf blower at work. Brrr, you're driving people nuts with your fucking leaf blower, bro. Lay down the leaf blower. No, I'm kidding. You got to do what you got to do. You look like you use self-checkout. What does that even mean? Oh, is it because like fat people use self-checkout because they're ashamed of all the jelly rolls they're buying and whatnot? No, I just let the lady scan my jelly rolls. Her judgment means nothing to me, unless it gives me a discount.
One time I went to the grocery store kind of recently, and the cashier started panicking. He's like, "Oh fuck, I forgot to mark your alcohol as alcohol." I'm like, "Yo, you need my ID?" He's like, "Thanks for saving my job by showing your ID."
Woof. Yeah, that's crazy. Good evening, sir. What we talking about tonight? Just any old thing, I think. So I'm glad the sun's finally going down a little bit and we're getting a little cool breeze. Guys, I am so excited to move. I'm hoping, I got my fingers crossed, you know, soon I'll know for sure. But even if not, we've got time. And I really am committed to this being the final fucking summer that I spend here.
Worst case scenario, if we just tell ourselves one last summer.
I don't think we're going to have to. I think
something else will pop up.
I think if we just keep our ear to the ground, something's going to pop up if this one that we're on doesn't work out. For sure. I think the thing that might kill it is if he looks up my name, sees my content, and thinks I'm a total fucking asshole. He's like, nope, I don't want this douchebag living here.
But if you got the money, what do you think?
I don't know. Same. Can't wait to see you away from constant mowing. Yeah, me too. I don't know if I'll be away from it, though. I have a feeling I'll still have mowers.
Yeah.
The place we're looking at now has little lawns and stuff, so there will be mowing. There will be mowing. Oh, less mowing, though, I think. I would imagine there'll be less. South Carolina, you got me. Nailed it. If you know me, you know I would never move into anything with South in its name. Not even South Dakota. Yeah, not a chance, bro. I'm a California baby, bro. Not that I'm moving to California, but I'm a West Coast baby, let's just put it that way. The sun will be going down at the same time on my streams once I'm moved, let's put it that way. South Central? Yeah, dude, I'm moving to fucking Inglewood. I have a buddy in South Dakota, nothing happens there. Yeah, I know.
You know what's funny is I feel like articles a few years ago were saying, oh, Michigan's going to be protected from the worst of climate change. But it doesn't look like it. They're getting slammed by this heat wave, too. It looks more like the Dakotas are the little safe zone.
Yeah. And Maine. Maine's not getting the worst of it. But yeah, you got to be north to not be slapped by this fucking heat subduction, whatever they call it. Pretty bad, man. People are just dropping in the streets. Here, people are acclimated to it, and they know not to be out in it and how long they can be out in it. And thankfully, California's got very good protection for workers that have to be outdoors. There's like mandatory water breaks, mandatory shift changes.
They got a lot of cooling centers that they open.
They open cooling centers. A lot of like places will set up a cooling center for like construction people to use so they can get in there and get misted off. And like I said, they're rotating these guys out. Like this area is acclimated to that type of heat. It has to be, otherwise people would be dying here. But like when this type of heat hits the Midwest or the Rust Belt or the East Coast and Southeast Coast like it's doing now, fuck, bro. It is nasty there because people are not used to 100-degree heat holding on into the night and shit. They were saying that like in some of these places it's just like not because of the humidity index, it's not even like cooling down at night. It just like stays hot. People can't stop sweating. Paul drinking 40s with the foos and essays in LA. Orale. Orale, Holmes. I know how to do that, man. I know how to speak the lingo. They won't even know I'm a gringo. No, I'm kidding. I don't think I could pass. Paul, it's hot in the Mojave Desert. Yeah, dude. There's a word in that 2-word phrase that describes that area that might tip you off that it's hot. I've seen the heat index be at 90 plus here in Miami at night. Oh yeah. Yeah, you factor in that like humidity index or whatever, and it's like 92 degrees all fucking night in these places. People are just sweltering to death. Fucked. It's fucked. Here in South Dakota, we had flash flooding. I hate it here. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, man. It's really hot on the sun, Paul. I can't understand why. I know. You might want to take an astrophysics class or something. Hi, from Germany. Where are you from? I'm from California. You can see a little piece of the sun is still up. But yeah, I'm from California there, Germany. Nice to meet you. Mike Lowry. Are you named after the dude in fucking Bad Boys? Mike Lowry. Are you Mike Lowry? Yeah, Mike Lowry. That's my name, Mike Lowry. It's really sad to see all the plants and grass all brown and dying here. I've not seen it this bad here before ever. Yeah, I saw that kind of happen to the area I grew up in. Like right around like 2005 or 6 or 7 or 8, right in that zone is when it really started happening here. The first thing that happened is the California wildflowers started dying off in the summer. So the summer used to be filled. Lupins, which are purple, and then there are, what's the California? It's a marigold, I think. The California state flower. They used to be everywhere in the foothills here. and you barely catch them anymore. Purple lupins were so beautiful. The whole fucking roadside and all these green fields in the summer would be just filled with lupins. I haven't seen lupins bloom, like wild lupins, in forever, bro. Well, actually, that's not true. I saw them when we went up to where we're moving. Like on the way, I saw some lupins.
It's a California poppy.
Poppy, yeah. They're orange. They're beautiful. They used to be just all over the hills here. They're gone. They're gone. The going up into the foothills, like we're living technically in the foothills here, but if you go up to where the foothills start to go up into the foot of the mountains, those hills up there would be green all summer, just flourishing wildlands, right? It's brown as fuck now. Just everything is brown and dead as soon as the summer starts. It's pretty fucked, man. It's pretty bad. Do you get seasonal affective depression when it gets dark early where you're at during the winter months? I actually have the opposite. So seasonal affective disorder, or whatever the fuck, is it can work both ways. I actually get it in the summer. So I love winter time. I love bundling up. I love it when it's cold and dark. When the sun's out all the time, I have photosensitive depression and photosensitive anxiety. So my eyes get overwhelmed when I'm in a lot of bright light. It reflects up off of concrete and shit, hits me in the face, causes anxiety, causes my mood to decrease. What state are you in? I'm in California. California, here we come, right back where we started from. California, here we come. California, here we come, right back where we started from. Do you like the climate in Washington State? Seems like it would be good for your seasonal depression. It really was, man. Super, like, not hot in the summers. A lot of rain. That helps a lot. I do love the rain. Yeah, I mean, I did like the climate there. It was just so fucking retardedly expensive to live where I was living. I lived in Bellevue, Washington. I had the same zip code as fucking Bill Gates. No shit. I could walk to Bill Gates' compound from my house in about fucking 30 minutes. He was right down the fucking way through Old Town. It's crazy. I'd love to visit Washington. It really is a beautiful state. Going up into the mountains in Washington is like a fantasy movie come to life. It looks like Lord of the Rings and shit, like little waterfalls and fucking like trickling brooks and flowers all over the hills and like mirror lakes at the base of snowy capped peaks and stuff. It's like fucking like fantasy land up there, bro. And Seattle is pretty grimy, but it's also beautiful. Like it's very like elevated. That whole area is very mountainous. So Seattle is like probably like the second most elevated city I've been in terms of like changes of elevation throughout the city. San Francisco would be the number one on that. San Francisco is fucking crazy. It actually scares people the first time they drive in San Francisco and see the steepness of some of the hills. Totally safe, but like way steeper than anything you're used to on a street. That's why everyone is fleeing California for Oregon and Washington and Idaho. Yeah, bud, you know what? Good on it. I usually try and correct people when they do this, like, people are fleeing California. This has been a meme since the 80s. What they never account for when they bust these up is how many people are moving into California to replace the people that are leaving. People bounce off this motherfucker like a ping pong ball. I've talked about it before. I won't go too deep into it, but people don't make it in California if they're not willing to hustle. Hustlers only need apply. And a lot of people come here and they leave salty as fuck with their shit on top of their car looking for a better place. But whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you can believe what you believe. People are fleeing California. Okay, buddy. It's just the commensurate amount of people deciding they can't make it in California. And that's fine. That's how California controls its population, which is growing, by the way, somehow, as people are fleeing. I don't know how the state's not shrinking, but people are fleeing. Explain that one to me. Yeah, just like he said, they're leaving, and they are right. Yeah, they bounced off of the state like ping pong balls. They came here looking for Easy Street and the beach, and they found a fucking state of hustlers. Sorry. Try Washington. Try Oregon. It's not much easier there, though. It's a lot like California in both of those states. Get your facts straight, lol. I know, right? People want to talk shit, but they never, ever, ever want to get hit. I've lived here my whole life, bro. I've seen people come and go. Cali's 6th largest economy in the world, bro. Too expensive. Too little hustle. There are broke-ass motherfuckers everywhere I look. Broke dick motherfuckers managing to make it here in California. How's that work? I don't know. Too little hustle. The too expensive shit, all you got to do is just look at real estate in California and various places that aren't like LA or San Diego to find that that's not true. Plenty of cheap places in California to live. You got to work hard no matter where you are. You got to work a little extra to be in California. Taxes are high. Property taxes are high. Yeah, dude, you got to make a little extra though. You got to put your nose a little harder into the grindstone. Not in the Bay Area. Not in the Bay Area, my ass. Have you been watching Fox News about the Bay Area? What is your job? You're looking at it. I'm a podcaster. I have been for 10 years. My name's Paul Zigo. Hi. California, here we come, right back where we started from. Da 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 na 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 na. I live in San Francisco off of one bartending gig. I can manage it. I don't want to hear complaining. I know. Hey, dude, when you're leaving your bartending gig, how do you dodge the human turds that are laying on every inch of the sidewalk in San Francisco, bro? I heard that on Fox News. I heard in Fox News it's disgusting in the San Francisco Bay Area, bro. Shaggy Downs, can you report on this for us? Is it disgusting over there, bro? Are there human turds laying on every inch of the sidewalk and people sleeping in every doorstep, sir? I just get boomer vibes here. Yeah, maybe a little bit. I'm not a boomer, but I am an exennial. Cheers. I'm a little bit boomer. I'm not gonna lie to you. I try not to be, though. I listen to Playboy Cardi. I listen to Kodak Black, okay? I'm in touch. I'm hip. I'm with it. I know what on squad means. I know what on O-block means. Hello, fellow kids.
You want some eye bleach?
Sure. What do we got? Kitties, kitties. How many kitties?
A lot.
That's like 15 kitties. Mama was very pregnant. Wow. That is eye bleach. It's very cute. Yeah. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Spent 2 racks on a new chain. Lil' mom, love new cocaine. I ain't buy a bitch a wedding ring. Something. My grandma does cocaine. Something. I don't remember. Boomer Paul is in perfect harmony with Gen X Paul. True. A classic symphony, I know. Pull up in a demon on guard. Looking like I still do fraud. Fly a private jet with the rod. It's a Z shit. It's a Z shit. My bay, my bay, my bay. Ice JJ Fish. No. We don't listen to Ice JJ Fish. Right wing types talking smack on Cali is just cope. It is. It always is. It always has been. Like everything you would ever want is in this one fucking state. All you gotta do is work a little extra hard for it. Keep your fucking hustle tight. Be smart with your money, and you can live here. You gotta hear Too Hottie by Migos. I'll probably hear it eventually. I need something. Hold up. They say Kodak, they don't want to see you winning. They want to see you in a penitentiary. Coming from the guy who doesn't do real work. Dude, you wouldn't last 2 days doing my job, bro. Not 2 fucking seconds of 2 days, bro. I hope you are not talking to me, Explorer with Big D. Because yo ass, whatever it is you do, I shoveled shit for a living most of my life, but you wouldn't last 2 seconds in this game, homeboy. If you could, there'd be 136 people watching yo ass smoke a big doink, and not mine. Cheers. They like Kodak, they don't want to see you winning. They want to see you in a penitentiary. Drunken Peasant's Hard Job? Hell fucking yeah. Toughest show I've ever been on, bro. That show was a meat grinder. It was, I think it was the toughest room on YouTube for the years it was really popping, like 2015 through like 2018. There was not a harder interview to come into than DP. And it was a rough job, man. I had a lot of grunt work on DP. Did a lot of thumbnailing, cleaned up the studio, pulled the shows, did a lot of shit. Was peak live viewership on this channel? I've seen it up way up over 200. It just kind of depends on the night, I think, and how people are feeling my vibe. Like sometimes, like I feel like my vibe's a little like concerned tonight. I don't know. Sometimes it's just gregarious, but tonight I'm a little bit like preachy, and so I think people are bouncing off. But it depends, man. What time is it there? It is 9:04 p.m. and the sun is just now peeking all the way down over the horizon there behind the coastal range here in California. It's a little darker in the valley quicker. say on the coast, it probably won't be sundown till about 9:30. 2015 to 2016 DP was the golden era. Maybe it was. Was the debate between you and Brett Keen's Island of Malicious Misfit Toys your earliest appearance? No. I got a phone call from Ben while I was at work. My contact with the show at that point was Ben. I think I'd been on twice. They had me on as a guest. Then they had me on to debate Razor Fist. Then I got a call while I was still working, and Ben was like, "Hey, Paul, can you come on the show right now?" And I was like, "Bro, I'm sorry, I can't. I got another 3 hours here at work." He's like, "Oh, shit." He's like, "Fuck it, we're gonna push it back. Can you do it after work?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, bro." I was like, "Give me like 20 minutes to get home and like change my shirt and shit. But yeah, dude, I'll jump right on." "Yeah, bro, just send me a text when you're ready." I was like, "All right." So I finished up my lab work that day. I was building a fucking computer lab in a fucking dusty, disgusting portable on the ass end of a fucking country school. And I finished up what I could do that day, and when it was quitting time, I usually would have stayed there and just finished the whole thing, but I was like, fuck it, I'm going home. So I turned off the lights, I locked up, went off campus, got in my fucking car. As soon as I got home, I called him, and I didn't even know what it was for. But I had so much fun with it that, you know, I was down for it. And as soon as I fucking got in there and I saw Brett Keen was in the same room, and I was like, oh, here we go. I knew they were going to get me on this, because I was kind of like a Brett Keen troll for a while. Not like a heavy one, but I'd made a couple of I'd make appearances on his shit when he'd do live rooms, and he'd have to ban me, you know. Is California pretty? It's beautiful. It's the most beautiful state. It's got everything. Like, what's your favorite shit? Big, giant redwood sequoia trees, deciduous forests, coniferous forests. It's pine trees or oak trees, right? We've got rainforest. Not far from me, there's a legit rainforest. We've got high desert, which is my favorite biome in California. I love the high desert. The Tehachapi High Desert, I think, is some of the most beautiful places on the earth. We've got mesas, we've got low deserts, we've got swamps, we've got tundra, we've got snow-capped mountains, and we've got some of the most beautiful beaches in the fucking world. Maybe the most beautiful beaches. So yeah, I'd say California's pretty fucking solidly beautiful. I will give you that, Tennessee. I haven't spent much time there, but I've been through Tennessee a few times, and that place is fucking stunning, bro. You guys got that. I vibe with Tennessee on the looks. On the looks. I haven't spent time living there, so I can't really speak on that, and I probably wouldn't because it's down south, but on the looks, though, that is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful forested state. I love forests, right? The place I'm moving to, hopefully in a couple months, is in the smack dab middle of a fucking beautiful forest, one of the most beautiful forests on the West Coast, and also right on the fucking coast. So it's like, yikes, you know. Paul is moving again. Yeah, bro. I've been here for 4 years. It'll be 4 years before I leave. I think I moved here. It's almost 4 years right now. I think I moved here in August or July. 4 years ago. So yeah, dude. It's not like I'm ping ponging around always. You know. You're becoming TJ. I was always TJ. The whole settled down, picket fence, buy a house, live in it until you die kind of life, I was in that life until I was 35. I got a divorce, I left that life behind me, and I've never wanted it again. Since then, I've moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, 9 times. And this will be my 10th move since 2015. They say, Kodak, they don't want to see you winning. They want to see you in a penitentiary. I've lived in Tennessee my whole life, and I love it. But when I graduate, my mom and dad are moving out of the U.S. Oh, shit. Are you moving with them? Are you going to stay in Tennessee? If you're a renter, you know that landlords are leeches. They don't let you settle down. Yeah, I've been a renter. Yeah, I'm looking to buy, but the fucking market is retarded right now, so I'm waiting. I'm waiting it out. Facts. At least you didn't have kids. I have to do the visit thing since 2020. Well, I mean, they're your kids, though. You should fucking be thankful that you're in their lives. They need you more than a visit. You know what I mean? I'm just letting you know, bro. You got a big fucking responsibility there. You only got one. All the more important. I don't know if you're mom or dad, but that kid needs you real fucking bad, man. Whichever you are, that kid needs you. So she's straight. I luckily had a cool baby mama. That's good. That's really good. The kid will be better off for that. Your dad, cool. Well, I'm not trying to jump up your ass. I don't have kids, bro, so I don't know how it is. I'm not trying to tell you how to do it. I just will tell you that children need their parents a lot, man. And so the sacrifice you make having to stay near your baby mama or whatever, I think will pay off in dividends in that child's life. She married a good guy. I'm cool with it. Good. That kid still needs you, though. I'm the product of divorce. You might be too. And you know stepdad is never dad. There's dad. And look, dude, my stepdad, I was very lucky. My stepdad was very much like a father to me. And I consider him like a dad to me. But then there's him and there's my dad, right? Good. Good, bud. Yeah, stepdad is never fucking dad, right? Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. That's all I know. And look, what I know comes from just watching, observing. My family has all had kids. All my friends, most of my friends have children. And I took a lot of child development and child psychology classes in college. And what you learn is pretty much over and over again, the presence of two strong parental influences in a child's life are the keys to like success, statistically speaking. A child that has two stable parents in their life, constantly watching them, guiding them, raising them. My baby mama is black, so she has a white daughter with me. Looks like my twin. That's cute. I disagree. My kid's real dad is a deadbeat dishwasher who lives with his mom. He isn't breeding. Okay, dude. I wasn't trying to indict you stepdads out there. Please don't take offense. But I'm telling you, in that child's heart, no matter how shitty his real dad is or her real dad is, that is a special fucking place for that child. And reconciling that with that man would mean the world to that child. That doesn't mean that they would be less thankful for what you are and what you provide them. But the biological father, if he's around, even if he's fucked up, will be a ghost in that child's fucking life for the rest of their life. Okay? And you can't ever replace that. You can be as wonderful to those kids as you want, but you will never be their father. You are them and they are you, right? There's something about that connection. And it doesn't matter if dad is a drinker or a fucking smoker or a drifter or a grifter or a piece of fucking shit. Paul, you are a smart mofo. I know. I'm reasonably, like on this issue, I am pretty smart. Like I'm about a semester and a half from my LCSW, give or take. Like that doesn't make me a fucking expert. I have never been, had clinical experience, but I've did a lot of reading, a lot of testing, a lot of writing. about child psychology and child development. I wanted my specialty, not my focus, but my specialty to be providing not free, but very cheap and affordable counseling for kids that needed it. Because I needed it when I was a kid, and I only got it a couple of times. I got it once when I was young and my anxiety started. I got one visit, and then I got several visits after I was carjacked when I was 16, provided by the state. But when I was young, mental health care was considered to be a taboo. It was like tantamount to admitting to people that you were a fucking lunatic. So, you know, people didn't like to admit it. It was still very, very harshly tabooed in this. So I just didn't get that kind of stuff. And I know that poverty provides a whole lot of trauma to children. And I wanted to be a person who specialized, not focused, because I would see adults as well, but who tried to specialize in learning children. So every time to like learning to counsel children. So every time I had the choice for credits to take something child development related, I took it. Sorry, Paul, I have to disagree with you on this one, and maybe kids think of it differently from adults, but to me, my stepdad is way more, yeah. No, I get it, bro. I get it. And you know what, dude? I'm not going to try and open any fucking wounds with you and your bio dad, but I got to tell you, that man is a shadow in your fucking life. And you maybe grew enough to let that go and love that other man as your father, and I'm not going to gainsay that, bro. You are who you are. But I will tell you, that man is a wound on your life and always will be. A lot of you are missing the point. Even a bad, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. I'm not going to say too much, but let me just say I was very close with a girl. Very close. Not sexually, but very close with a girl whose father, all right, fuck it. I'll just tell you because it doesn't make sense. My stepsister, from my dad's marriage. I lived with her. I grew up with her for 5 or 6 or 7 years while we were teenagers. We were 1 year apart. Her father was a deadbeat, drunk, scumbag piece of shit, man. He was the type of dad that would call her and say, hey, I'm going to come pick you up. She'd get ready and he'd just no show because he was drunk. Or I'm going to come visit you for your birthday, and she'd get all prettied up for him and because she loved him so much, and he just wouldn't show, right? And my dad, as harsh as my dad was like a really good provider, a really secure guy. You know, especially with the girls, he was really easy to talk to. You know, like not so much for me, but he and I had kind of a father-son dynamic that was a little different. Well, my dad was a good guy, not a hard ass to the point of him being mean, and he really took good care of my stepsister. But he never replaced that man, that drunk hobo. Right, she's related to him. Her biological father is who I'm talking about. Her biological father was a promise breaker. You know, like he'd tell her he was coming and he didn't show, and eventually she just learned not to care. But I could see it broke her heart every year. She was always in a bad mood on her birthday. So you need to understand, okay? Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing that you're doing for that baby. Because that is your baby's brother, right? And you, I don't know if you had a brother or a sister, but you know how special that sibling relationship is. Dude, that's a person that has your back forever. So of course you treat that kid well. You're a good dad. But it is very sad. It is super sad, right? And that sadness is based in psychological reality. Your biological parents are like an echo in your past. As soon as you learn that they're not there, you want to know why they didn't want you. That's the deep wound, but it can take people years of therapy to get to that. I want to ask my dad what I did to make him not want me, to make him want crack more than me, to make him want the bottle more than me, to make him want philandering more than me or grifting more than me, right? Right, they don't know what to do. And even if you're a fuck up, they know that you're a fuck up that's half them. Even if they only want to meet you so they can make sure they're not like you, it's still important. Still a wound. Look, I was estranged from my father for 5 years, and for longer than that prior to that. My father and I really haven't had anything that I would call a healthy father-son relationship, probably since I was about 10 years old. We had a very mean kind of, well, it was mean coming from him. For me, I was just trying to keep up relationship. And when I got into my 20s and stuff, I just kind of called it at some point and said, I'm not going to call this motherfucker anymore. Because every time I see him, all he does, instead of helping me celebrate my growth, all he does is remind me of all the cringy, embarrassing, stupid, thoughtless, selfish teenage shit I did when I was a young man. And it's just like every time I get with this dude, and he seems to be comfortable seeing me one time a fucking year. So I'm just gonna stop seeing his ass, right? Cut him off for the longest fucking time, and then he'd fucking get all hangdog and call me and say, I want to be better. And I'd show up, and what happens? We have one nice lunch together, and then the next time all he wants to talk about is some stupid cringy shit, right? And when I was a teenager, my dad was real mean to me, man. Not physically, he never beat me as a teenager, but I think it's because at a certain point I was about as big as he was. He did beat me when I was a child. When I was a teenager, it was more just like demeaning me in front of people, demeaning me to my friends. He called my friends the loser crew, right? And there are funny stories surrounding this. I remember one time we were loud. One night we were down in my room, and usually like that didn't matter. We could be kind of loud because my dad's bedroom was upstairs. And I was sitting down in my room, and we were laughing. We were probably pretty stoned, and my dad busted in, and he's in his fucking undies, bro. And you're in trouble when your dad busts in and it's 3 a.m. and it's a work night for him, right? And he's in his undies, bro. He's in his tidy whites, and that's it. Hair all disheveled. And he points right at me, like that. And he said the meanest shit, bro, to me, right in front of my friends, and it was mean to them, too. Points at me, all hairy and shit, fucking sitting there in his tidy whities, and he points at me, and he goes, you know what? If I'd have busted this door open, and you were getting a piece of pussy, I'd have turned right around on my heel and walked back upstairs and tried to sleep with a pillow over my head. But I see you jacking off in here with a bunch of losers. You're gonna be quiet, or I'm gonna kick your fucking ass out of this house. How about that, bitch? And I was like, he just fucking slammed the door and walked up. And that was usual shit. He treated me that way in front of everybody. Like I was just like a doormat. Right? And so I cut this man out of my life. When I got divorced, right? My father said awful fucking things to me. And I was like, you know what, dude? At the lowest point in my life thus far, getting a divorce, bro, I never thought I wanted to ever do that. Never thought I ever would do that. Having gone through divorce, it was the last thing I ever wanted to fucking do. Going into that marriage. And so it was just like I was broke. Financially broke. I was spiritually broken. I was emotionally broken. I had nobody. All my friends had fucking turned their backs on me. And my father had nothing but bile and venom that time in my life. And so I just told him what I thought of him. I told him, you know, at that point, what I considered his failings as a father to be. And I won't repeat them. It's nobody else's business. I've told you some of them, but I haven't told you anything about the list. I sent him that, and I just never heard from the guy again. And we were estranged for, I think, 7 years or 8 years almost. Didn't speak to the guy not one fucking time. He'd come to town, I didn't even know it. He'd visit with my sister. My sister lived nearby me sometimes. Sometimes I was in a totally different state, you know. Lived in Texas, lived in Ohio for a while, lived in Washington State, lived in Louisiana, bounced back to Cali. So I got a phone call last year. You guys that watched the show just didn't see me on the show that day, but I heard my dad was dying of cancer. He was in the hospital. They didn't think he was going to come out. If there was any goodbyes I wanted to say, now's the time. And so I decided to go. You know, mostly at that point out of thankfulness for the man taking care of me my whole life and working so hard as he did. I wanted to send him with a little bit of a fucking, you know, if he would know that I was there and could see me when I got there, then if he did die, he could know that, you know, his son came to see him or whatever. That was my thought process. I didn't want it to end that way. But the tough old bird beat it. And he's healthy as a fucking horse now. He's like 6 months cancer free, in full remission. Just got his fucking oncology report back and everything. He's healthy as a horse. So he's back alive now. And now I'm back in his life. He's back in my life. We're cool again. We're father and son. We're learning what that means. Because I don't think he has that mean streak in him anymore. If he does, it doesn't come out with me. Oh yeah, my dad's in good shape, yeah. He looks a lot like me, no beard, you know, short, kind of old gentleman hair. You know, and very white hair as well. I'm going gray like him in some spots, but I'm not there yet. But yeah, we look a lot alike. Same nose, same voice, same eyes. Do you think being reminded of his mortality is the only reason he changed his mind? Maybe. I don't know if he changed his mind. I think his whole life changed. And I gotta tell you, man, as somebody who has also faced the Reaper pretty close enough to smell his breath on my fucking neck. Yeah, dude. It does change your whole fucking perspective on shit. It's to be expected. A man thinks he's dying. I lost my stepdad a year ago to muscular dystrophy. He was basically my real dad, provided me for his whole life and worked overtime despite his disability. Yeah. Is he proud of you? He tells me so. For the first time since I was like 8, I think, my dad told me he was proud of me. So I guess he is. He says so. Hello, Greg. Baby, you said he had trouble getting some of the crevices in that link map, but I'll be damned. Unless I can't see it.
I rinsed it.
Oh, you did? Okay. Okay. Never mind. I thought he licked it absolutely surgically clean. I was like, damn.
When he gave up, I rinsed it out so it didn't get all crusty.
There wasn't
in
tons
there.
in there though, right? Just like little bits.
Yeah,
in
so I just wouldn't push it in next time. Just put it on top and let him.
Yeah.
His tongue's too big to get into all those nooks and crannies.
Is there a bigger one with bigger nooks? I bet there is. I bet he got the baby dog one. I bet if we got him the next size up, he'd be bigger nooks. He'd clean every one. We'll try it maybe one day, but you're gonna use this one for now because you like it very much.
He still sat there for a while with it, but you just can't get every little nook.
Well, I think because he licks those cans. Those cans are the same way. They got tiny little lips and reset, and like, dude, I swear to God, it looks like they're steam cleaned.
Yeah. So I guess if we left it long enough, but I also just don't want it to get all crusty.
What if we got like a water bottle and we just misted it every once in a while? We're just like just keep it moist, you know?
I feel like it'd start rotting.
Yeah, you're probably right. My parents didn't split till I was already on my own. Well, that's nice for you. Yeah, everybody, like, I'm sorry, dude. I trauma dumped on you, and now everybody trauma dumping in the fucking chat. I can't do it. Sorry, guys. I can't read everybody's stuff. But, yeah, dude, it's just tough. I think that whole father-son relationship is a weird one. I think every level of human relationship is pretty strange and hard to navigate if you don't know what you're doing. Oh, I'm so sorry, baby. Thought it'd be hoarding those over here. I want to trauma dump, but I will refrain. It's not that I don't care about your trauma. I just shared mine with you. But I just can't do a group therapy session tonight. I can't run one of those. I never got the full training.
Yeah, you mentioning your stuff is more like, I am a person that experienced this. You're not alone.
Yeah.
Here's how I dealt with it. Not, let's all work on this together.
Yeah. If we were moved, we'd be out here in hoodies. Hoodies tonight.
You gotta be patient, though. I know it sucks.
I want the world. I want the whole world. I want to lock it all up in my pocket. It's my bar of chocolate. Give it to me now. Everybody's got a little Veruca salt in them, you know?
I don't even know if we're gonna get this place yet.
I got a good feeling. I rizzed that guy up. I rizzed him.
You can call him again on Monday if you want. I'll make sure to bug
No.
you.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't hear from him, let's let him reach out. He said he'd call us on Monday. We don't hear from him Monday, we'll call him Tuesday. Confirm that he went with somebody else. I think that phone's coming. Congratulations. If you want to sign the contract, we're ready to go for this date, boom, we go. No, I don't know. I won't be too disheartened if it goes that way, but I got a good feeling. I'm the Rizzler. I rizzed that guy up just like I rizzed up our last landlord.
But those single operators they're a fickle bunch.
They are. If whoever's coming in has more money than me, he's gonna pick that person probably. They've got like a commensurate credit rating and a commensurate fucking, or they're better on any one of those things. He's probably gonna take, well, maybe not credit rating. The credit rating's gonna pass no matter what. But like if he's got more money in the bank than I do, he's probably gonna get it. That's the way it is.
That old lady hard though. We had to put 6 months down. That hurted.
Oh, well, I was just willing to fucking do it because the deal was so smoking.
Yeah.
And I had the money. My girl and I moved into our first place that isn't with any roommates, and getting that approval call back felt so fucking good. Well, I mean, for us, it would be nice because we really haven't been looking hard. This is really the first place we've tried down there.
We tried reaching out to other places too, but they never got back to us.
Well, yeah, I mean, we made the initial contact or whatever the fuck, but there are places that are just like, some of these, like, what you call it, like, you gotta, they need to be man voiced. But these owner operator guys that are multiple landlords for a living, they're a different breed. They don't care so much about the property. They're not really worried about that. It's going to come down to money and pets. If this other family doesn't have pets or has less pets and more money, they win.
Sucks, but it's true.
Yep. But if they got less money and less pets, we win.
Or not. So like
Well,
they're a
because
fickle bunch.
you told him he can charge us a pet fee.
Yeah.
He ain't putting. We'll pay him a little bit extra every month. That'll cover his ass for any fucking damage a little dog is gonna do. We'll send him pictures. Not a terror. He's a teddy bear.
Yeah.
Cricket's, you know, he's in a lot better health now, but he's a chonky boy. You can tell he's an indoor boy that spends most of his time snoozing like he should.
Yeah. You can even show them the sleep report.
We
Look
could.
How much these boys sleep?
Yeah, check it out, man. No, I don't know. That's what it's going to come down to. That's what it always comes down to. It's like, who's the more stable choice here? If tragedy strikes, who's got the money to back my entire lease? And I think we know who the answer is on our end. It's just, is this other person more cushioned? Are they heavily banked? You know? Maybe they'll have some negatives too. If they got a huge family, kids are way more destructive than pets.
Yeah, he did ask about kids, and I told him we've got none, we ain't planning on none.
Well, how did he react?
He's like, I'm the same boat, I don't got no kids neither.
Boom. If there are children on this other one, and it is a little small family home too. It's not meant for like a single couple probably, unless they're working from home. So he might have a comparable thing. I gotta be honest with you. The whole fucking thing might be bullshit. Like, he might be just telling us he got another thing. He knows he's gonna go with us, but he wants to see if we'll sit and patiently wait over the weekend, or if we're desperate for some reason. We're not. So we're gonna wait. He doesn't call us Monday. We'll reach out on Tuesday. Hey, we didn't hear from you. Assuming we didn't get it. Thank you very much for your time, you know. But I don't think it's going to come to that. I think Monday that phone's going to ring. I love how pets are controversial to landlords. They're not, though. A lot of landlords are wise about kids. The perfect thing that you want. Okay, here's what they're afraid of. They're afraid that single couple means party house. Right? So they want to see that you are making enough money that you're not a burnout party house, or you're not going to be trying to sublease to some stoners or some shit, right? They also want to see your age range and your credit rating is commensurate with somebody that takes care of it. So that puts that to bed. Now it's the pets that are problematic for us as renters, right? They don't like that. But if it's two pets, and these pets have been with us for a long time and traveled with us, and other renters haven't had a problem with it, that's better than two kids. Pets don't grab crayon and draw on the wall. Pets don't take a tube of Gorilla Glue and squeeze it all over the carpet, right? So, like I said, it's just a battle of, like, I got to riz the dude. I don't know if he's talked in person with these other people. I assume he probably has if he talked to us. But, you know, I'm a pretty good rizzler, and so are you. You're very polite and very concise, and you know what you're talking about, because we've done it a million times now. And I'm the same way. I was yes sir, no sir, and trying to reassure him as best as I could. You know, we're on time people. Got good credit. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Proof of income's not going to be a problem. Let you meet our little pets if you want.
I'm being pessimistic so I don't get disappointed.
Oh, well, try not to get too disappointed if I am wrong. You know, my feelings aren't always right. I'm not my mom. My mom will tell you straight up until it's not true. It'll happen. I just have a feeling in my bones. A little bit of that fucking Arkansas witch in my mom. There is a little bit of that backwoods swamp witch stuff. You don't know it about her, but she's like got a little bit of that medicine woman in her or something. She believes some crazy shit. If you really talk, has she talked to you about any of her weird, like, superstitions at all?
Not really.
Hmm. I wonder if she's abandoned those.
Yeah, they're all like witchcrafty fucking.
Maybe they're all just like she's traded them in for religious superstition.
Yeah.
But my mom was very superstitious and very kind of like Wiccan-y when I was a kid. Not like brewing potions and shit, but she knew a lot of like herbal medicine and remedies and like, yeah, a little bit of that Santeria maybe. I don't know what you want to call it. How late you streaming? I don't know. Late as I fucking want to. It's Saturday night and I'm fucking free, white, and 21, as my mom would say.
Probably when you get hungry is when you'll quit.
When I get hungry, yeah. Yeah, you're probably right about that. We ate good this afternoon, though. I love me some nuggies and tots. You know me.
See, why you gotta be underfoot?
My dad used to be a practicing Wiccan. Cool. Nice. I went to high school and college, grad school in Arkansas. One of my professors was one such swamp witch. Yeah, my mom's got a little bit of that witchy woman in her. For sure. At least she used to. I don't know. Maybe it's all Christian now. Because she hasn't superstitioned me all that much. But her worry level is still at the level it was. So I don't know. She has that overactive imagination, but not in the same way that me and my dad have it. I think I got a double dose. My mom's got the empathetic imagination. I got a little fucking scoop of that, and I got a fucking full double scoop of my dad's fucking overactive imagination. My dad was talking to me, and it was like hearing myself. He was like, sometimes it's like I'll be looking right at something, but I'm not there. I'm all the way up in my head watching a whole ass movie play out about a conversation I want to have or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, Dad, I don't know what that psycho shit is, but you gave it to me. And you gave me 2 scoops. I hope it's not indicative of some like dissociative disorder or whatever the fuck. But I sure do pull a lot of my fucking bits out of it. You know, and it's like I feel the same way when I'm doing like a stream of consciousness bit in character, or I'm like free flowing some kind of like improv bit. I feel like I'm in the same place. I just kind of.
You feel the weed donkey?
What?
You feel the weed donkey?
Yeah, the weed donkey. Yeah, I feel all of them. They're all in there. That's the thing is people don't realize. They're all like, oh, I love Paul's characters. I love Paul's characters. They all torture me. Every last one of them lives in there. Their voices scream at me all day. Ah, Paul! Do another Mickey bit. No. No, I'm kidding. They don't. I'm just joking around. But they are in there, though. They all live in there. Jacques LaFrench, he's in there. Eric the Fed, he's in there.
You haven't done one in a hot minute, though.
Yeah, well, I just haven't, so when I got my new computer, I was forced to download the newest version of fucking whatever it is, Manicam. And I haven't loaded up my pictures into it yet. And I'm lazy about it. And I've been having so much fun on the show, I just haven't felt the need to do it. Kind of did a Jacques LaFrench bit without putting Jacques LaFrench up last show. How's Eric doing these days? The guy's really depressed, man. He thought people were going to love him. And everybody uniformly hated him and laughed at him and thought he was the worst guest ever. And I keep telling him, dude, every fucking great comedian in history is bombed 1,000 times. Like, no comedian kills every time they fucking hit the stage, you know? That's the point. But he doesn't want to hear me. And every time I visit the guy, he's real short with me. Like, he's pissed off at me because I was the one that gave him the opportunity to come out. You know? But I don't know. I think he'll come around one of these days. Eric the Fed. Yeah, he's one of the voices in my repertoire. He's a Swedish Viking, okay? And a lot of people got really mean, and they said he sounded like a bad imitation of the Swedish Chef, and that there was nothing about him that was interesting, okay? And it broke his heart, and he hasn't come out of me since. Bring back the wick dip meme. People love that wick dip and goodness. That's just my dad's lingo. My dad, see, here's the thing. Growing up with a dad that treated you more like a bar buddy that he had disdain for and less like a son had its upsides, because I learned some witticisms and shit from my dad that are pretty fucking good. My dad said to me one time, "Son, don't be a people pleaser. There are people who, if you give them a coupon for a free blowjob, will complain about having to drive across town to redeem it." Now, there are different ways of saying that, but that's my favorite way of saying that. Thanks, Dad. Did he dip his wick off of that? Yeah. Paul, I literally am that person. I know you're out there. At least you admit it, though. I'm sure my dad has dipped his wick many a time on his charisma and wit. You get your little booty butt in there, Dundee. People pleasing can be nice, I guess. Well, he was just warning me away from a type of behavior that, honestly, had I listened to him, I would have saved myself about 20 years of grief. Like, he was warning me away from doormat behavior. He saw me being nice to everyone, and he was trying to tell me that that doesn't bank goodwill. He didn't know how to tell me that. So, what he said to me was, you can give some people a coupon for a free blowjob and they'll complain to you about having to drive cross town to redeem it. And what he meant by that was, if you spend all your time trying to please people, there's going to come a time you need help and they're not going to be there. And that's true. That happened to me, and it was awful. It was awful, man. You assume you're banking all this goodwill with your friends and your family. And it's not even you're doing it because of that. It really does please me to help people. I'm a nice guy. Not always. I can be very direct and harsh verbally, but I'm a very nice guy. I tend to be giving and loving and nurturing and all of that fun stuff, right? But not so much anymore. I reserve that for my wife and my very, very, very closest friends and my family. And that's it. That's why I said earlier I don't have many friends, and it's not a problem. A very wise man once told me that you only need one friend, and everything else is window dressing. What he meant by that was, it's okay to have 2-3 friends, but don't seek it. If you've got one person you trust enough to go to when you need help, you care enough about to help them, then you're better off than most people on the planet. So, hey, I don't know your dad, but that's solid advice. He's full of that type of shit, man. He's full of that type of fucking dirty bar witticism. Only have like 3 real friends. Cool. You're better off than most people in the world. There are people out there right now going to sleep, don't have a fucking friend in the world. Couldn't pick up somebody to call and tell their woes to it if they had the fucking phone. You're doing good, buddy. You got 3 friends, you're a fucking rich man. I've got about 3 friends. That's about all I ever need. What's the best thing that your dad said about women? I don't want to tell you because it's mean and it sounds sexist. But it is, yeah, I don't know if I want to unleash that knowledge, bro. Because it's a cheat code, but it's kind of fucked up. I was never able to apply it. But I will tell you, the one time I tried to apply it, it worked like fucking magic. I've told it before, fuck it. He told me not to be a simp. And what that means is if you like a girl, they grow contemptuous of you if you just bring them flowers and lay your coat in every puddle and call them every night and write them love poems and fawn over them and ask them why they won't hold your hand and blah, 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 blah. And it's true. It's true. Now, what he did tell me was, I don't agree with this part. He said, you got to kind of treat them like shit. He's like, don't beat them. That's not what I'm talking about. Don't ever do that. But he's like, you kind of got to be like dismissive of them. Like when they call, don't pick up the phone. Let it go to the fucking answering machine. You know, when they see you in the hallways at school and they go like, hey, just give them a nod and keep walking like you got places to be. You know, every once in a while. Just remind them they're not like anywhere like near the tip top of your totem pole. Kind of treat them a little dismissively and shittily. And I was like, Dad, that's fucked. But it's a cheat code for young women. Older women, it doesn't work. Like they don't like that. It's games. You know when women say like, I hate men that play games? That's the game. It's like the silent treatment. I'm gonna deny you basic courtesy kind of thing, right? Yeah, it's mind games. It really is. And so women don't like that. And that's why I was like hesitant to share that with you. Because younger women are susceptible to that shit. Like if they haven't had a whole lot of relationships and shit, you can use that like dirty dog tactic. But it's kind of fucked. Because it doesn't lead to like a good relationship or them trusting you or any of that, right? Applies to us gays too. I'm pretty sure it's universal. Pretty sure it would apply across the board of sexuality. But it's fucked. Treat somebody kind of dismissively and poopily to make them like you more. Even if it works, it's just something I never had a hard time. I never had an easy time doing. The only time I ever applied it was I was kind of semi-dating a chick at school, on and off my whole fucking high school career. Hence my dad giving this advice, don't be a simp. And it was, you know, we were dating, but she didn't want to say it to people in public or whatever. And I look back on it now and I think like it's because I was like a little mushroom toadstool looking kid or whatever she didn't want to be seen with. But back then I didn't wrap my head around that, and so I couldn't take no. I couldn't take a hint. But we would mess around in private, be very boyfriend and girlfriend, go on dates all the time, spend all the time on the phone with each other, right? But then at school in public, she'd just be all like, yo, what up? You know, and just like walk by me. And so we had this like implicit but private agreement that we were dating or we were like exclusive. And I was just like, you know what, fuck that. There was this little freshman chick. This was like junior year in high school. And there was this little freshman chick that was into me. And I knew her through my sister, who was also a freshman. So she was like a friend of my sister's, I guess. And she was cute. She liked me. I'd hung around with her at parties and stuff, and I thought she was pretty chill. She's kind of like a hippy-dippy, stonery chick. And so I just was like, hey, you know, would you like to go out? And she was like, oh, fuck, yeah, blah, blah. So we dated a couple of dates, and it was very chaste. I don't even think we kissed on the lips, dude. We just like held hands. We're seen around school campus holding hands, sitting together. And I, you know, like fucking like a total scum, I made sure that we chilled places where Tammy would see. Tammy was the chick I chased. Never, don't chase a Tammy. They're wonderful people, but they're evil inside. No, I'm kidding. I just haven't had good luck with Tammys in my life. Tammys are heartbreakers where I come from. I know this one was. She was beautiful. It was like a cosmic joke. I remember I went to Arizona after high school. She moved to LA. She actually pursued acting. She was in a couple of fucking movies. I wish I could remember the names. She was in a B zombie movie. She's in like 6 frames of it as a zombie extra. She was hustling and bustling in LA, like working 2 waitress jobs and going to every audition she could. And she got some work, but ultimately, like most talented people, she bounced right off of it. And so right at the time I was moving back from Arizona, so I was there for 3 years. She was moving back to the Valley as well. And she used her acting experience and her resume to get some modeling work. And I'm driving down the road, right? You know, this is years after I've thought about Tammy. Well, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I think about Tammy all the time still. You know, it's like my first love or whatever, right? But I'm not like still pining away for Tammy. But I'm driving down the road and I look at a billboard, and I shit you not, it's an Indian casino billboard, and it's like feeling lucky, and it's this beautiful woman, right, with dice, and she's like, and I drove by and I almost got a fucking car accident because it was her. I was like, it's a local fucking chick Chansey, right? I was like, fuck, what the fuck? So I actually got off the freeway, went all the way back up 2 stops, got off, got back on so I could make sure I wasn't fucking dreaming or some shit, and it was her. And I was like, that can't, like, it can't be. There's no fucking way that her face, because this was the route I had to take to work every day. Right? And it was like the only other way was like 45 minutes out of my way. It wasn't happening. I was like, tell me I'm not gonna have to look at Tammy every fucking day of my life. Yeah, she got hired. She did a modeling job for a local Indian casino called Chansey Resort. You can look it up. I don't know if she's probably not still the spokesmodel or whatever, but she was on a giant billboard on the freeway. Pretty fucked. Oh, by the way, don't like type. Well, if you're wondering why your comments are getting censored, I have every permutation of her name banned from the chat because some creep like 6 years ago, I don't know if it's a person who knows me or maybe like found my yearbook and went through it, but started saying, like, doxing her real name in my chat over and over, coming back autistically. So yeah, if you're wondering if you've put that name, because I've been saying it in the chat and it's not showing up, that's why. Are you married? Yes, I'm married. Happily married. Doing great. There you go. There's your proof. I've got a watch farmer's tan now. I think that's pretty cute. I don't know why I'm not wearing a watch. I feel kind of naked without it. I'm gonna go put a fucking watch on. Fuck that. I just noticed. I'm like, why don't I feel right? A watch on. Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. Put out your little hands. It goes like this. Yeah, dude, this watch, since I got the strap on it that fits me right, it's a NATO strap, so it's really nice. It's like, this has been getting maximum wrist time recently on me. This is a comfortable fucking watch to wear, and I think it's totally cool. It's like, now I feel better. Yeah, no, I feel more like myself now. I feel like I'm complete. Felt like a drag queen without her wig on, you know, for a minute there. Something wasn't right. Do you have a Rolex? Fuck no, bro. I'm not rich. I don't even think if I was rich I would want a Rolex. I'm a micro brand watch freak, so this is a Autodromo Group C. It's about a $400 watch, give or take. I got it on sale, so I got it for a little less. But stainless steel, sapphire crystal, dual battery backup. It's a killer watch, and it's not that expensive. So I have 5 watches at that price point. I'll probably have like 20 or 30 by the time I'm done collecting, maybe, over the course of my life. Yeah, I've started to do minor, like, watch repair stuff, although I need a place that's permanent, because I need a workbench. What's the cheapest Rolex? It would probably be one of the old vintage Rolexes. Like, if you wanted a Rolex, I would say you should be on the market for one of the non-popular vintage Rolex models. I can't remember the name of them because I'm not a Rolex dude. But there are like some 90s Rolexes and some 80s Rolexes that are super expensive. And some of them that just didn't sell well and nobody really wants them. So you can find one of those in kind of like mid-condition. Like it needs a clean, it needs to be polished. You could probably get like a Rolly for $5 or $6 grand if you look. Yeah. Right? If you're willing to put a couple $100. I got a Sternglass Bauhaus because of your watch talks. How do you like it, dude? Isn't it beautiful? It's like stunning when you first open the box, right? You're like, fuck. So much cooler in person. I love taking apart stuff, yeah. The problem with me is I don't have a whole lot of dexterity and it's a lot of fine work. So what I need is a big magnifying glass and really harsh light. And for that I need like a workspace that isn't my computer. So I need like a workbench kind of set up in a nice, cool, dry spot so that I can put that light and that magnification where I'm working and use my little tools better. It's 10 o'clock. What time is it? 4:30. No. I said, what time is it? So nice. Bauhaus can look sophisticated or simple depending on the day, right? It dresses up, it dresses down. And I've got watches I mean, I wouldn't put on a suit with this. This is a down dress watch, but it's just like fucking so comfortable, so cool. I can show off the fucking, you know, you guys can see it's got really nice, bright, indiglo, they call it. And it's just like way more, accurate at timekeeping than any of my mechanical watches. It's always set, it's always ready. I put it on, it's good to go. I don't have to reset it if it wound down. Bulgaria. How's it going in Bulgaria? Hope you're safe. Hope everything is nice there. When it comes to watches and stuff, it took me like 2 or 3 years to pull the trigger on purchasing one, and I spent that time developing my taste in watches. I have a particular taste for pilot watches, German engineered watches, Baja style watches, which are very minimalist, clean. And I also like experimental watches. I like watches that are functional but look or feel different on the wrist. And I've discovered kind of a love for higher end, and when I say higher end, I don't mean millions of dollars or thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars, even digital watches as well. I would love to own a Japanese watch, but really the only brand that makes a watch that I want to wear is kind of expensive. I'd be looking at it like a 10K buy-in for a Grand Seiko that I'd like. There's a watch, I think it's called the Grand Seiko Ronin. It's like a cherry blossom pink face. It's one of the most beautiful watches ever, but like, it's about a $10,000 fucking watch. I don't think I'll ever own that, so. I've got kind of like a $500 to $700 limit on a watch ever. But Grand Seiko is like the luxury company, all Japanese movements, all Japanese craftsmanship of Seiko, which make things like way more expensive, or like way less expensive and way more accessible. And there's a lot of pretty Seiko watches, but I don't like any of them. I want a Grand Seiko, and I can't afford a Grand Seiko. So there's a lot of watches that look like Grand Seikos, right? How long since you shaved? It's been over a decade, I can tell you that. It might be like 15 years. Yeah, let's just suffice it to say, I don't know what the fuck is under here. I know what it looked like before. I didn't like it, that's why I grew it, and I don't want to know what's happened with the years. Like 15 years can be a long time. Can we ban hair questions? I mean, no. People have questions, it's fine, it doesn't bother me. Is your mechanical watch self-winding or manual wind? All my mechanicals are self-winding, although that depends on you actually wearing them or having a watch winder, which basically just, you put your watch in it and it spins your watch on its axis slowly to keep the little flipper thing. There's like a, I can't remember what, it's like an actuator, I think, on the back that slowly winds the mainspring. So if you're wearing any of my mechanical watches all day, put it down at night, put it on in the morning, wear it all day, you're never gonna have to wind it. But because I don't wear one watch multiple days in a row a lot, when I get one of my mechanicals out, I have to set it. But they're all really easy to set. You don't have to wind them for long to keep them wound all day, and they'll wind up as you wear them. So you get them at a good like 10% wind probably, and they'll just wind up to 50 or 75% by the end of the day, and you're good to go. All of my watches have like I think it's like 180 hour or more power reserve. Can a few of us crash at your house? No. Never. And before you call me an asshole, I did my time, okay? I ran a whole ass flop house back in the day, bro. Legitimate flop house. Like rent-free, fucking flopped on my floor drunk. Fucking like, dude, I did it. I did my time. Nobody comes over here, bro. If somebody knocks on my door, I say who is it before I open it. And if it's somebody I don't want to talk to, I say go away. Yeah? If I don't know you and I'm not expecting you, it's best not to knock my door. Asked and answered. I'm gonna go do my stretches. I recommend you do the same. We've been sitting here for like 135 minutes. Fuck me. This is my third one of the day. My like nighttime worship the fucking moon yoga, nature Buddhist thing that I do. But I'm just gonna get the blood flowing. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes. I will be back. If you like the vibes, feel free to chill. If not, skibbity scroll. I'll see you next time. But I'll be back in 3 to 5 minutes. I think you should stand up and get a drink of water. It's nice. Trust me. Should I turn you guys around and let you watch me do my yoga? Sure, you can watch. You might see a little butt crack, but that's okay. I think YouTube will forgive me. It's incidental butt crack. I mean, come on. I'll let you guys see my yoga. I'm a fat guy. You can make fun of the simplicity, but I have no shame in my game. People have asked to see it. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it in the light here. I hope well enough. Let's see. Let me zoom you out. There we go. I'll try and line myself up, but then I'm just going to do my thing, okay? See. Boop. Can I do it from here? I need to angle you guys a little bit to be comfortable. It's a little close to the fucking grass, and I don't want to stand in the fucking grass. Okay. Cool. Holy fuck. Holy fuck beans. Man, that is like magic, like I say. Like I say every time. Holy fuck. Woo, that's magic. I love that stretch routine.
It's been so cagey about it. My neck got all fucky.
Yeah, I think your neck was fucky before you started doing the stretches. I think you just overdid it.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the neck stuff.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do it with me either. Ooh. I just do it when I feel like it's time. It's like a circulatory thing for me. You should do hot yoga. I just did. Look at me. No, I know what you mean. Steamy, hot, humid yoga where the whole point is you sweat out a bunch of shit, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm not like trying to say it's like the most tough routine or that you should do it, but I spent about a year just developing that little group of stretches. And I'd say only for about 5 or 6 months, maybe even less, I've been doing it routine wise, trying to do it twice or 3 times a day. And the difference in my back and flexibility and ability to stand up and sit down without assistance, like without, I didn't need people to pull me up, but like without having to push with my arms to get myself up, is fucking crazy. So like I'll probably add to that as I get a little better and I lose a little bit of a little bit more weight. But man, that feels so great. I just like looking right up at the sky, looking up at my hands and the sky. It feels great. No, I don't go to the gym. I'm recently like very sedentary. Like I'm coming from like couch lock sedentary. And I've recently started eating better and losing weight. When I say recently, I mean about 6 months ago.
Yeah, you were definitely making some changes before the CPAP for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You were cutting out like the Cheetos and the Skittles and
Yeah.
stuff.
And now I just eat completely differently. I'm a variety of vegetarian now. And I eat a lot less than I used to eat on an average day and per meal. And like I said, I'm coming from like absolute sedentary couch lock, kind of couldn't walk down the street 6 months ago. And now I can go on long walks with my wife, although we haven't done that in a while, but I think I'm going to ask her if she feels up to doing it tonight. You'd be down? Cool. I think after I make myself some pizza, then when I go back inside, I'm going to do a walk with my wife. Because we like to do late night walks because there's no cars on the road and we can have quiet talks and late night walks. But I do that yoga at least twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. I've incorporated little things in it. I found out that like this kind of like genuflection pose is actually very functional in yoga because it provides a leverage point for your arms and shoulders. So when I do that and I do my neck stretches, it keeps my shoulders engaged so I can't, like I have less of an impetus to bring that shoulder up to meet my ear and get less of a stretch. So I use that as a very functional way of engaging different muscle groups while I'm stretching different parts of my back and body. And so I've recently started using it when it's needed in my poses, but that's the only really thing that's changed. It provides like passive counter resistance and keeps certain muscle groups like engaged. I need to start something like that, but I walk a lot, but my work at the computer is still too painful. Yeah, I don't know, man.
There's stuff you can look up for things you can do at your desk.
There's like standing desks. I don't know if you work from home, but if it's an option, like there are desks that can be sitting desks, and then if you want to stand, you just push your chair back, the whole thing comes up, and you can keep typing.
But like, barring that, you can do like look up stretch routines that you can do at your desk.
Yes, you can do that, yeah. I would like to get a camera that's affixed to a standing desk eventually for my setup, so that I could raise up on my set, and I want to layer it so that the shot looks good here, and then when I move it up, there's other pictures in the shot. You know what I mean? I think it could look really cool.
But like, would that be okay with all the shit you got on it? Would it be too heavy?
No, you bolt those to the wall. Well, the ones that I'm looking at, I'm not going to buy them right now, but I'm just saying it down the road. I've looked at it. I want my studio to have an affixed camera that moves up when I move my standing desk up and reveals a different part of my background that's uniform. It's like keeps the same vibe, but it's different pictures or different things on the wall. It might be kind of hard because the depth of that camera, I have to have it so much farther away than the Vimo thing. But I think I can figure out a way to have an arm that's stiff and locked down that it just lifts with a standing desk. It's one of the reasons I want a bigger space. Like I want to maybe do the living space or whatever, and just have like a chill room for our living room. Because, yeah, we'll have to look though. Have any home gym plans? No, not until I buy a house. And even then, the only thing I would want to buy would maybe be a set of like basic, very low end dumbbells, like just to get some weight lifting in with my yoga, maybe sometimes. Some basic stuff just for like toning and getting my muscles engaged. And then like an elliptical, because my knees are both fucked and blown out. And my back is blown out. So I cannot do fucking running like people do. Even walking will be bad on my back tonight at the end, but it'll feel good everywhere else. And my back is better now because I stretch it and take care of it, and I weigh less. So. Yeah, after our walk tonight, my back will be screeching. You have a very cool voice. Thanks. Kettlebells rock. Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's what I'm going to get, but I just want to get some like 5, 10, 15, 20 pound dumbbells, like just a small set, so that I can add a little bit and maybe put some lunges in once my knees get a little bit better. My knees are getting better with those squats. Those squats that I'm doing are like unthinkable. If I would have tried to do one of those 6 months ago, I would have not been able to come up out of it, and I would have had to have help up. So, yeah.
You want me to get your pizza going, baby?
Sure. I appreciate it, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you get better, Paul. I am getting better, thanks. I do meditate, yes. I've been practicing mindfulness meditation for about 20 years, on and off. Like, not ritualistically, but more as like a buffer against anxiety and depression. Doesn't always work, but I've gotten better at it as I've practiced it. And I'm on the verge. I was talking about it the other day. It's like I'm on the verge. I've called myself an atheist for the longest time. I think I'm not changing that, but I think I'm going to be calling myself a Zen Buddhist going forward. Like, I want to get myself a little private shrine. I want to use it as a focus when I meditate, when I stretch, I do my yoga. And yeah, I think I'm ready to like take that step or whatever the fuck that means, right? So anyway, I don't know exactly what it means. It means something to me though. I'll tell you that. Spirituality has always been a part of my life. I've always felt a deep connectivity with nature. I love animals. I love the beach. I love the ocean. I love the trees. I love the sand. I love the desert. I love the sky. You know, I've always felt like in awe of nature since I was a little boy. I've developed a very like, you know, spiritual reverence for it over my life, but I've always shied away from the term spirituality. And I've always shied away from the term religion, right? But as I've gotten older, I've felt that you know, like ignoring that little part of me that wants that kind of, and it's not even a public thing. Like, it'll be a public thing because I can't help but have what I'm doing and the change I'm going through change my, I don't know what you'd call it, right? Change my outlook on things. But I'm not joining a religion like Buddhism to recruit other people into it. Right? In fact, I'm not even really all that interested in going to Buddhist temples and doing mass Buddhist worship. It's going to be like a private observation, but I will talk about it here because here is where I talk about my life. kind of in an unrestricted way. Are you gonna throat chant while you meditate? No. The full Russell Brand cycle, I guess so, yeah. Why Buddhism? Well, many years ago, I was, you know, you may not know this about me, but I suffer from a number of like mental illnesses that may be apparent to some of you. Some of you are like, yeah, no shit, buddy. No, I have a panic disorder. I have a anxiety disorder. I have, you know, severe clinical depression, treatment resistant shit, and PTSD from some horrible things I've been through. And it makes me kind of a loose cannon or whatever. And I used to have these horrible, well, not, I don't want to say used to, because like knock on wood, I haven't had a really, really bad panic attack in a long time. It's been months now, thank goodness. I've had little kind of like panic events or little kind of anxiety spikes, but I've been able to manage them, which is really good. But for a long time, it was unmanaged and unrestricted. And I stumbled one time knowing nothing at all about Buddhism, having learned mindfulness meditation as a psychological tool, right, to help me just manage panic attacks. But, you know, I never really took it all that seriously, so I didn't get very good at it. I found Zen koans. And Buddhist Zen koans are these little stories that have a different structure that's meant to stop thinking instead of incite it. It's hard to explain them, but you can look them up. There's a lot of compilations of Zen koan readings on YouTube, some better than others. I can't remember what the one I like is, but the one I like is like an hour and a half long worth of just really wonderful Zen koans. And like a light bulb went off in me when I discovered this, right? And I listened to these things as I was calming myself. And yeah, I've done it ever since. And that doesn't qualify me to be a Buddhist. I'm not calling myself that now. I just think I'm on that path. I think I'm walking towards the Noble Eightfold Path. I don't know if I'm on it yet. But yeah, you know, I don't know. Not that big a deal to me. But like in terms of like me adopting it, but I think a big deal to a lot of people in my audience. Kind of told TJ about it, and he went like, oh, all right, well, I know, but I know TJ fucking hates Buddhists. So he and I will probably clash on it, but it's cool. Like I said, I'm not recruiting. I don't have a temple. I don't have a religion. I'm not a guru. I'm just looking to privately and openly practice Buddhism. Yeah. Every step I've taken along that path, even a minor one, has made my life better. So I want to take the plunge, man. Buddha, 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 rocking everywhere. That first noble truth, life is suffering. That is true. I think I've got that one down. I think I'm ready to accept that one. Osho is a little insane, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to read his book. Grizzly Adams, fat. Hi, guys. Bye, guys. They just don't know, man. I got stone cold killers on the squad. I got wrenches in here that don't put up with fucking half-wits. Sorry. $10:32, Saturday. What is it, the 22nd? Yeah, 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 yeah. Couldn't get behind the no killing bugs thing some Buddhists follow. I tolerate no flying. Yeah, I'm not really looking for, like I said, I'm not really looking for religion to wear on my sleeve. But I might, like, adopt some observations in my personal life. It's Jainism. That is Jainism and certain sects of Buddhism. There are different sects of Buddhism. I'm not interested in any of them, other than Zen Buddhism. Fully believe personal journeys can be edited as much as you like. Well, that's the beautiful thing about Buddhism. I'm not looking to join a religious order. I'm not looking to go to church. I'm not looking to go to a temple. I might go to temples to privately observe, but that's my own choice, right? I'm looking to make a shrine for myself to focus on, to use as a focal point for my meditation, and to observe a spiritual connection with. That's it. Most of what I do now in observation of those things is done outside in reverence of nature anyway. I want to see as much sky as I can. I want to be among trees. So, yeah, swimming is great. I just don't own a pool. I'm moving to a place where I'll be near the ocean, so I've bought wetsuits before. You can get a fat guy wetsuit. You just got to give them your dimensions and pay a little extra money, but I'm getting one, bud. Yeah. So, I used to own a wetsuit when I was younger, and I love swimming in the ocean, so I'm going to be doing that. I'm doing some snorkeling and some, some fin diving and all that stuff. But yeah, I just can't afford a pool, man. But yeah, that's my plan, man. I want to get moved, get settled in, and then once I do, I want to find out what the closest swimmable beach is to me. I think it's like 5-minute walk for me. If I get this house I want, fingers crossed. And yeah, fucking zip up and head down there with Dinor, fucking go swimming. I love the cold water on my head. It's just like your core can't take it, and that's what like a swim skin or whatever they call them, a wetsuit, will do. It'll kind of keep your body insulated from that cold water. Let your extremities feel it. What do you think of Reddit atheists? I mean, I don't even really think they exist anymore, do they? Aren't they all dead? Didn't they all get laid and realize that, like Reddit wasn't it? How old are you now? I'm 44. Yeah, I'm 44. I turned 44 April Fools this year. 45 next year, yeah. Hope to be in a fucking whole different town by then, man. Fingers crossed, bro. I'm starting to get nervous now. Now I'm working myself up because I really want this house. Not because I gotta have that house, but because I really just want to have it secured so that I can move in, man. This heat is killing me. The air quality here is fucking killing me. I've lived in this fucking heat dome my whole life, and I'm moving to a place that was fucking 65 degrees today. I have the weather on my phone, and I look at it to remind me, and it was 107 here, and the high was 65. It's like, well, Phoenix, no. Central Valley, California, Fresno. May I ask what's wrong with your knees and back? So I was born with scoliosis, so my back is all crooked and fucked up. And I worked my whole life lifting heavy things, doing donkey labor, as I like to say. And I blew out both of my knees at some point. My knees are very weak. I had a very severe injury to my left knee when I was a child, and it still bothers me. And then my right knee has had to bear a lot of that weight and extra weight because I've been a fat person my whole life. And so both my knees are fucked. Yeah. Ligament tear in my left knee, never healed right. Right knee just has been sprained and ripped and injured several times. And my back is the worst of all of it, yeah. At least you aren't in Bakersfield. True. Martha's Vineyard, cool, buddy. Cool, buddy. That's a nice place. Good on you. Woosah. I think we're drawing to the end, ladies and gentlemen. I think I feel the end coming. The end of this show for the night. The end of me caring about anything but pizza and a long walk with my wife. That sounds good to me. That sounds really good to me. Does Bakersfield have any redeeming qualities? No. No. Driving out of Bakersfield is pretty nice. Yeah. There is a Starbucks that I stop at every time I go through Bakersfield that always makes a pretty good chai tea latte, but that's every Starbucks. You can get a pretty good chai tea latte, so that's not a big deal. It's right off of Olive Drive, man, if you ever want to hit it up. Heading down the 99 towards LA from Fresno. Pop into the Starbucks and get a chai, you know what I mean? What do you mean, no? Yeah, I don't go to Starbucks every day, but when I'm driving, I do pull in there and get a fucking iced chai. I wouldn't recommend you go to Bakersfield for it, though. You can get a chai tea latte. They're pretty fucking good, man. That's all I get at Starbucks now. Their coffee doesn't please me anymore. Truckee, Nevada is beautiful. I mean, okay. Bro, I don't need help. Thank you, though, no one. I'm doing just fine, dude. I'm losing about 2 pounds of fat every week. That is the healthy weight loss rate that my doctor wants me at. And that's what I've been doing pretty much steadily for 6 months. I don't think I need DDP. And I don't think I need anybody's advice to continue being successful at it. But thank you. A repeat do You look 10 years younger. My beard's salt and pepper already. I'm 41. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting the gray streaks. You can kind of see it. I mean, I know I'm a little shadowy out here, but got a lot of gray in the hair, especially right in the front. Got a lot of gray down here on the chin. It's happening. And way over here, it's crazy, bro. Up under here, all grays. So it's happening, man. It's happening. Anyway, I'm gonna go have some pizza, and then we're gonna walk, and then I'm gonna fucking chill out and play Ghost of Tsushima, because I'm so fucking good at that game, bro. Max difficulty, and I'm just dabbing on the haters at this point, dude. I'm over leveled, I think, because I do everything. Do every little side gig or whatever the fuck, bro. Anyway, gotta go. Bye.